Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for another edition of Digital Soul Presents. I'm very honored and humbled to have my brother here on the show here. Very talented multi-percussionist, comes from a very talented family, artist, performer, producer. He has done it all and still doing it and kicking ass out there with a current album, still going strong. We're going to talk a little bit about that and many other accomplishments he has achieved in several years. My brother Juan, the J, Escovedo is in the house. What to
Yeah,
do, brother?
that's it. What's up?
All right, man. How you doing today?
I'm good. I'm good. Just excited to talk to you again because last time we did it, what was that, 2 years ago? Or
Yeah. Well, how long has your album been out? I think it was actually right
we
before
did
the
it
album.
2 years ago?
Yeah,
Yeah,
about 2 years. Yeah. So it's been a while. So a lot
yeah,
of things have happened.
that's true.
Yeah, so we definitely got to catch up. One of the things I want to talk about that has happened recently is the sign that you got right back there. That's gonna be
God set that up.
Yeah. First of all, congratulations to the family, man.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, talk about the moment you guys found out that that was going to happen. I know that had to be exciting news.
Yeah. So actually, my brother, I believe, was working on this with the Henry Royal, a good friend of ours. They're working on this for years and stuff. So they're all our whole family is always working on something individually, and then you never know, if it's going to happen or work out or
Yeah.
whatever. So uh, when they called us in, we went downtown Oakland. What was it at the conference?
At City Hall.
At City Hall. So we
For the
went to
city council
City
meeting.
Hall at the council meeting, and that's when they announced it and said,
Oh, okay.
we're going to have our own street. So I was very excited, of course, but you never know still, how long it's going to take to do it. And then they called us and it happened like 3 weeks ago. So where they did it at is where we grew up on 9th Avenue, 21st in Oakland. So that's where I think we stayed at the place longest. One of the houses we stayed at the longest, where
Wow.
that's where Carlos Santana used to come over, Tito
Wow.
Puente, Eddie Palmieri, all these uh, people that, because we were there for like, I want to say like, let me see, so Zeno was born there. So we stayed there till I think I was like just getting out of high school. So we're there about at least 16 years, I think.
A lot of history in that house. Yeah.
Oh, growing up, practicing in the front room, jamming. Our neighbors, we knew all our neighbors really good, and they used to come. We had a big window in the front of the place we lived at. It was a duplex,
Mm-hmm.
so people can hear and see us playing, practicing. So the whole neighborhood and stuff used to come by, check us out, hang out, and then we played in the backyard and stuff, basketball or whatever. We had a court in the back, so a lot of things happened on that street. A lot of our best friends that we still have today is from 9th Avenue, 21st.
Wow.
When so they built a big stage on the street right in front of the house, and then they blocked off the streets, each corner. Uh, we had it the day before, which was a Saturday, but they said it was going to rain and stuff, so we changed it to Sunday. So, but it was hundreds and hundreds of people.
Yeah.
They had a big stage, like I said, and then each of us had a chance to speak and stuff about our experience there at the house. And but the mayor was there and stuff, and it was just and Ray, Dwayne Wiggins came from Tony.
Very cool.
Yeah, some of the friends in Oakland, and
Yeah.
when you see the sign, they and then they had it covered, and you had to pull the string and get to see the sign. It was like it really happened. Like this,
Yeah.
I never thought that you have dreams and stuff, but never think you get your own street. Like that's
Yeah. Yeah. And then, like you said, and you even talking about it until you actually physically saw it, then it's like,
yeah,
oh.
you see it. Because like I said, we're always working on something.
Hmm.
Not everything ever goes. Some things don't go through, but
Hmm.
this is like, yeah, it was good to see.
Yeah. Yeah. How was Pops? I know he had to be a little emotional, right?
Oh yeah, my mother more than anything.
Oh,
I was just tripping. She was like, Juan, did you hear what I said? Because she called me and I already knew about it, right? You know, Juan, did you know about the sign? And here's the date. And I said, yeah, Mom, I know. She goes, but it's happening. Like it's I said, I know, Mom. So I'm like, she goes, I thought you'd be more excited. I said, I was when I got the call a week ago. Now I was still excited, but yeah, but then, you go, well, I haven't been there in years. So just driving down the street
Mhm.
and looking at the areas and you when you're little and you see little even bushes or steps, you used to stop like going to the school or played right there or just a lot of memories.
Yeah,
Stopped in my car and remember this person used to live here and this and that. So yeah, it brought back a lot of memories, good ones, all good memories. Yeah.
that's amazing, man. Out of sight. Speaking of good memories, I know growing up in that home, like I said, you've been there several years, but talk a little bit about the history of the musicians. I know you mentioned the Carlos Santanas and where you guys are from. There's so much rich history. The Tower of Power, Sly and the Family Stone, Graham
Right.
Central Station. It was pretty much a melting pot in NorCal, and I speak to a lot of artists and actually friends with a lot of artists from that area. So I love hearing the stories of when everybody was jamming together, coming by, making record on each other's projects. Talk about being young and seeing your dad and your uncle, Coke Escovedo, also
Yeah.
being in the
Yeah.
mix
Oh,
at that time.
actually, now you're mentioning that I forgot to say, like my Uncle Phil was part of the Escovedo brothers. So it was
Okay,
Cole Escovedo, my father Pete, and Phil Escovedo.
okay,
My Uncle Phil, so on Ninth Ave, right over the fence, my grandfather, my mother's father, owned these apartment buildings. So, and I should have mentioned that. See, now it's all coming up. But my grandfather had an apartment building right there. So Earl Knowles used to stay there, which was one of the lead singers with Azteca. So all different band members that didn't have good credit, mother get them into the apartment that it, so, you
so they
know,
were all right there. That's
all
it.
right there. So I forgot about yeah, Earl Knowles and my Uncle Phil, I think was over there for a little while.
Mhm.
So this is when I was taking up trumpet. So I don't know if I mentioned that I used to play trumpet for years.
Okay.
My Uncle Phil used to come, right there and come in and teach me, had private lessons and teach me how to read music, trumpet and stuff. Even though I was taking it at school, I wanted to, be better and,
Mhm.
101. And that's my uncle.
Right, right.
So he played upright bass. He played bass with the Escovedo brothers. So, and then also Coke used to come around. Coke actually lived 2 blocks over to the right. He
Wow.
had a girlfriend over there. He stayed there. So all this stuff, just family. And on my mother's side, the Gardiers, that's her maiden name. So a lot of them play percussion too, and they just come by and stuff and jam. So everybody liked to stay over our house because it's always, good times. So, but there were so many musicians uh, that made it and didn't make it, or just like to come over and jam and stuff. But just being there and watching them rehearse and learning, how you put the band together. Like you also hear I hear my father on the phone, uh, booking gigs and
Yeah.
talking business. So that's where it all came from. It's just like any parent that's talking, in the front room, you're kind of listening, not listening, but you
Hmm.
pick up on it.
Yeah.
So that's where we learn a lot of stuff and and how much fun that music can bring into the household.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Was the trumpet your first instrument, or was the drum?
Uh, it was the drums, but I didn't care too much about the drums. I just loved. I don't even know where that came from. I
Mm.
don't remember playing. What I do remember, one Christmas came and I was just into trumpet at the school, And I'm like, Pops, I want a trumpet, my own trumpet. And you have some memories when you're younger, Christmas gifts, like you just like so excited. So
Oh,
he bought
yeah.
me a trumpet, and I opened, and it was under the tree, and I'm like, I know I screamed. I'm like, got my own trumpet, man. I had that thing in my bed, Leslie. I love the trumpet. I was playing it, and practicing. I mean, I was pretty good at it. I just loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see anybody like was it Miles Davis or anybody that inspired you at that time, or
Oh, that's
just
why I can't figure out why I loved. I can't
okay?
remember why I loved it so much, but
That's interesting.
it is, and I
Yeah,
just don't know if it was Miles. It could have been. Poss had Miles albums, and uh,
yeah,
he always had a turntable and played music all day. So it could have been. I just can't. I'm not sure.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I
Absolutely.
gave it up because I started getting that little big old dot. When you're playing trumpet, you get this little lump, and that's when I start. You start to meet girls and all this stuff, and I had a big old lump. Nobody wanted to kiss me, be around. Like, well, give her a trumpet or get a kiss. I said, I'm gonna give her a trumpet. So I started playing congas. I think I'm good with that. So I went away, and I'm like, okay, I'm good.
That's funny. When you started to latch on to playing congas and percussion, um, what were some of your inspirations? The obvious, pops and things like that. But
Yeah.
who were some of the other inspirations outside of the family that you kind of checked on, or some of your influences?
Well, actually, what after the trumpet, well, I was still, messing around with drums and congas and stuff, but the bongos, I fell in love with bongos. I
Mm,
mean, so that's when I went through the phase of just salsa music, nonstop. Roberto Ruena is the baddest
okay,
bongo player. Uh, him and just all the tone of the bongos. So all Eddie Palmieri's albums, uh,
okay,
Poncho Sanchez, he had a bunch of great bongo players, but I just was listening to the tone of it. I just love the tone, the high pitch, in between the congas, and just the way they slap their solos. Back then we couldn't Google all these amazing musicians,
right.
so it was in the albums my father was playing.
Mm,
Salsa just like gave me that energy, that dancing feel, but the bongo, boom, 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 I mean, just that tone. I was like, just like the trumpet. When I get into something, I get into it. So I was just in my room on Ninth Avenue, 21st, just staying in that room, just playing bongos. And then my Uncle Coke was a really good bongo player. People don't know. But he's been on albums playing bongos, but mostly timbales. But
yeah,
talent showed me the proper way how to play bongos. So once I started getting it and feeling it, because it's mostly it's on the upbeat. All them pops and stuff mostly on the upbeat,
mm,
in which I was playing on the downbeat. So he was telling me correctly how to play it. And it's a da ticka tack boom da ticka tack boom da. It's straight instead of boom 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 as a congas. So it's a different feeling. People think it's the same just because you use your hands and stuff, but no, the feeling is different.
right.
You have to be in the pocket just like any instrument, but that upbeat, you know, and I just love that tone, and I would just study, and then because when we were younger, so Pops was playing timbales, and Sheila was always on congas.
Mm,
So for me to get in the band, I was playing bongos. So that's how I got in the band. And I was young, like 12, 13, about 14 when I think I was really hired. But that's when us three were playing together. And my brother was playing drums. So, we had it all covered and stuff.
yeah,
But then, we'll switch off. Then I go to congas. My brother goes on bongos. Sheila get on drums. That's why we play all those instruments, congas, bongos, and timbales. And then my father would sing lead sometime. So Sheila get on timbales, or I get on timbales. And then we had a band Because then we loved, the Jackson Five, Osmonds, all that family.
Yeah.
Of course, the Beatles and all that. But uh, once we got a little group together, then my brother started singing lead with Sheila and Sheila's best friend Connie, and then I went on drums. So I was the drummer. So then I was practicing more on drums. So the thing is, that's why you just do what's missing in the family.
Hmm.
We always love all types of instruments, and that's why when I teach music, I always say you don't have to play one thing. Like some musicians, oh, I just stay on here. This is what I'm just a conga player. Don't say that.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
killing yourself. You're not just a conga player. You're a percussionist.
For
So that means,
sure.
and so there's a conga player I was teaching for years, and he didn't like bongos. He didn't hate timbales. I just want to be the best conga player. I said, to be the best, you got to add timbales and conga. It'll change your feel,
Mm.
and you get more tasteful, and you understand the other instruments. So now, he started playing the bongos stuff. Then he started to push the congas away. I love bongos. I said, don't give up the congas either, because you put in 5 years on congas. So you got to play all of it.
Yeah.
And the more you do, it adds to the way you play. Your style changes
Oh,
because
yeah.
now you feel the timbales, the drums, the toms, a different kind of role and technique. And because on drums, as you know, you have to play your right foot, left foot, and play the hi hat. And now that's different than timbales. You just play, use both hands, and same with congas and bongos. So the more just keep playing, open up, play shekere, triangle, kabasa, all those stuff adds to doing sessions. Now, because when you go in the recording studio now, you should be able to play all this stuff.
Right.
You know,
Right.
cajon, bata drums, all that stuff. It's just so whenever they hear, because a lot of these producers don't know what they need on a song, they just know what's missing, and they'll say it in their mouth. Give me a ching 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 ching, and
Right.
you have all like I have boxes of percussion stuff, and when I travel, I try to collect all different sounds of the percussion stuff that I love the sound. Never know if I'm gonna use it, but it's
Right.
there. So
Right.
in the recording session, they go, Juan, I hear it's some kind of something smooth, soft, or I got just the thing for it, or something bright, or and then I know what they're talking about, or I get close to it, and then yeah, so it's always good to, and all that helps your timing, your knowledge of music, and then when you start listening to other songs, you're like, all I hear is all those behind the things, those little bells,
Right.
little, and they come. Even rap has a lot of that kabasa
Oh yeah. Oh
and
yeah.
bells, a castanet, you know, all that's in every type of song. They're there. So that's why you can't just stay on one instrument. You got to look, and it's fun to learn all this new stuff.
Mhm.
You're this close too of learning, because you have once you have the timing and technique and stuff, it becomes each instrument becomes easier. You just
Right.
got to put in the time. Yeah.
Yeah. What I do love about percussion too, as you mentioned, man, there's so many different assortments, and but the sounds are so vast. You can get so many different sounds out of all these different instruments. The sounds are endless, you know.
Right.
And
Exactly.
yeah, it's just like an exploration of what I can do with these different wood blocks and these chimes and these
Right.
glockenspiels and all kind of stuff. You just got stuff shakers, whatever. So
Yeah.
so many uses for all that stuff.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. What was your first professional stage gig? What age was that?
Oh, let me see. I think around 14 or something like that.
Okay.
When I think because that's when I was really like making money and stuff. So before that, it was just jamming, playing, working, playing in different bands and stuff. But uh, once and then you're making a little money on the side with parties, family stuff, events. But then when it comes out the family, outside of the family, that's when I think you're kind of more like a professional. Because people are paying you to come to their clubs, and and then to be underage and stuff, it was like we had to stay in the back and, until we got to play, and then we had to go in the back, stay in the back. Underage, you have to be 21.
Yeah.
We're doing a lot of club stuff. Um, you know, of course, we can do the outdoor concerts and stuff. But I can't remember the first one, but uh, just playing with my father. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know that was a lot of fun. You guys were doing a lot of stuff back then on so many albums and projects too back in that period too as well.
Right, right.
Yeah. And you also at some point in your early life had hit the stage with one of our geniuses that we have lost too soon, the purple one, Mr. Prince,
Yeah,
on the Purple Rain tour, which was probably your first big major tour. I'm supposed, right?
it was. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Talk a little bit about entering into that tour. I know that had to be a little bit mind blowing at that period.
Yeah, the thing is, Sheila, well, Prince came to the house when he was his first tour. I think he was at the Circle Star Theater, his first album. And then he came to the house and started jamming with us and stuff, the family. We had a downstairs, full of instruments and stuff. So Sheila hung out with him, and then they were working together, uh, and then she did the Glamorous Life. So when she did that album, it was just him and Sheila did the album. So they didn't really have a band. I mean, there was no band. So
Right.
then the Glamorous Life song hit, and then they were going to do a video. And Sheila, she's like, she called me. I played piano in the video. I was singing, briefly in the red shirt. I did a little dance thing, me and my brother, and then went back to keyboard. And that was Zena, my youngest sister, on guitar.
Mhm.
Uh, and Benny Refill, that plays bass with Santana, was there. Scott Roberts played drums, and my brother did the sax. So so when she did the video, she hired us, and then I went back to work at it 8 to 5, 9 to 5. So then the video blew up in
Mhm.
the song. So Sheila had to put a band together. So she had Eddie Am on sax from the Bay Area. Uh, Carl Pedazzo now play with Santana. He's playing drums. Uh, Susie Davis on piano. Like I said, Benny, and then Steph Burns on guitar. That played with who did he play? He was with Hugh Lewis and News and all that stuff. But uh, they're all Bay Area people. So that was our first big tour. So Sheila called me because Prince wanted her to be more in the front instead of behind the timbales.
Mhm.
Glamorous Life was a great song, but then he wanted her to get away from the timbales and come in the front and start singing lead. So that's when I took over. So I had to play. She plays backwards. So looking at my father when she was young, looking at him, she's right-handed, but she will watch the way he would play. She mimic everything he did. So going to the left should be going to the right if you turn the other way.
So she's mirroring him.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
doing everything he was doing, but she's right-handed. So the way she set up her timbale is a little backwards, and she plays different. So I had to learn her patterns and the way she. But when she got off timbales to go in the front, it was still that pattern would still be there. So I'm like, what are you playing? This is wrong. So, so I had to learn the way she played, which
Mhm.
actually helped me because it was awkward. But once I nail it and I still play the way I play, but I was obviously capable of doing it because it worked out. You couldn't
Yeah.
tell. She dropped the sticks and went lead, and that pattern was still there.
Yeah.
Behind her on a platform thing, playing all the riffs and all the stuff that was in the on the album. So
Yeah.
that's when So I got the gig, and then we opened up for so Prince, the Purple Rain, right after the movie. And so we went to Minneapolis for a couple of months to rehearse um, in the snow. It was cold as heck. Then we're in the big stadium rehearsing. A week before we had the big setup and everything, and the trucks are, man, the back is the trucks are going in and out, and it's snowing. So that cold air and this, empty auditorium is like, it was crazy. It was like, but they had to practice loading up and setting up the stage and doing it, within, I don't know, 10 hours, as opposed to when they first started, it took like, maybe 22 hours. I don't know.
Man,
But they had two stages. So, because when we're done at one stage, the next city, the other truck is already there setting up the stage, right?
right.
And then when we get there, the other truck is unloading that stage from the gig the night before, going to the third show.
Wow.
So because we're playing every night. So they needed that stage. So they had two stages, two crew. It was crazy.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was fun. Yeah, big deal doing that tour.
Yeah, yeah. I watched that DVD. Well, at that time it was a VHS. I'm not going to tell my age. That
All
Prince
right.
live in concert from 1985. That Syracuse concert is still a classic. When you guys all come out at the end and play at the finale. Just priceless memories, man. Watching that over and over and over again as a kid, man. So love that era, man.
Me too. It was great.
Yeah, yeah. And you, man, along the way, through all the years, have decided to actually put out an album, as we kind of mentioned a little bit earlier, just 2 years ago, and have spawned several singles and several videos. Quite a few of them directed by Peter, your big brother. Does Peter put you in a headlock and say, "I'm going to direct these videos"? How does he get to direct so many videos?
Well, actually, I get the brother discount. So once I did the album, I really wasn't even focused on the video. When I'm writing, when I was me and Michael Angel Alvarado, my
Mhm.
co-writer from San Jose. He lives in LA. We sat down, was writing uh, all the time here and there. I have a keyboard, a couple of keyboards, and I just play what I feel and whatever. Then I go with him, and we try to he's a better musician. Like I am a percussionist, but I do sit down, play bass and
Sure.
piano,
Yeah.
to write songs and stuff. So he put his taste on it, and we worked together. And had another friend um, that was on the Hammer tour with me, and my brother did Baila Cha Cha Cha. He did the lyrics on that. But so anyway, so we're just writing together, me and Michael um, Alvarado, and then uh, once the song "Angel" came out with the first single.
Mhm.
So then I actually had another friend, Tito, from Alameda, came down. I said, let's just film me in the studio, while we're doing Angel. That was the first one. So he
Okay.
was filming it. And then I'm like, wait a minute, I can get a video out of this in the studio. So we're at Raphael Sadiq's studio in LA. So I shut it down I got it for, a couple of days where, it's I'm in there for a couple of days recording. So while they're filming and stuff, then I asked my brother, because I just wanted to film me recording in the
Right.
studio to keep, and I said, I think this could be a video. And then I told my brother, if you can edit it, because he does that,
Mm.
he put it together with what I had filmed at the studio. And that was the first video.
Very cool.
It wasn't even really planned.
Yeah.
And it worked out. And I'm like, man, you did a good job. So then I hired him for the next one.
You say you shouldn't have done that, huh?
7 videos I have on YouTube.
Mm.
So just go Juan Escovedo on YouTube and check out I have 7 videos. So
Yeah.
yeah, the last one we did was this time with Andy Vargas. that still sings lead with Santana. He's on that album.
Yeah.
So he did this time. I think I did that like 3 months. That was the latest one. So it just came out a few months ago.
Yeah, yeah. Andy Vargas, man, smooth brother.
Man,
Some talented people on this album. Martin Kimber, Andy Vargas, Leah, so many talented people on this project.
DeBarge.
Yeah, El DeBarge for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Sheila.
Well, that's when we were at Raphael Sadiq's studio, and then so when we were writing, me and Michael Angel were writing Angel. I was writing this for El DeBarge because I worked with him for years, 20 years or something. So I'd say, El, I was doing a gig with him. I said, El, I'm, writing for my album. What you sing on my album? He said, of course, we're brothers. I said, okay. I said, let me call Sheila and make it official.
Mhm.
Right? So somebody else can know about it.
Yeah.
So she picked up, I said, Sheila, I'm here with El DeBarge. Hey, Sheila, El said hi. Tell me what you just told me, El. Oh, yeah, I'm going to do Juan's album. And I'm like, yeah, now it's confirmed because Sheila was trying to get him too for a minute.
Yeah.
And so I got him. So when we got the song, and when we were writing the song, and we started to, so I called El to do it. Now it took another year, to get it done.
Mm.
He said, man, I'm on contract. He was working on his own CD. So he couldn't do lead. He couldn't sing lead. So that's when I said, well, can you sing background? He goes, yeah. So I hired him to sing the background. We kind of stretched it a little bit. Can you add this? It's still background.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then I got Martin Kemper who sang with Color Me Bad. He used to sing with Color Me Bad. So I got him and he did an amazing job.
Yeah.
So then I had El singing the background and stuff. So then we filmed that and that's how the video came out. We just put it together.
I wanna thank you for being in my life. There ain't no question about how I feel inside. I know there ain't anyone who could ever take your place. No one could tell me that I don't love you.
I need you like the earth needs the rain, and I know that you feel the same. Without you, the flower will cease to bloom. You're my angel, my angel.
Yeah, sure, man. And those couple of other videos you did with Peter Michael, did you guys work together as far as the concept, or did you come together with the idea and go to him? How did you guys develop the ideas for those other videos?
Yeah, so each of them I'd like to have some input or my feelings into it. So I always try to come up with some concept, some kind of thing that I think will work. Like when we did, so we were at Yoshi's playing with my father. We had 3 nights. So, nobody's can get in there and our equipment is on stage. So I told my brother, I called him in LA. I said, we're doing Yoshi's and then the equipment is still set up. So, a friend of mine are the Blue Notes. Hopefully you heard of them. They've been, amazing. They have a new CD out too.
Okay.
And they're the Curtis family.
Yeah.
It was on American Most Talented or something. Americans Got Talent.
America's Got Talent, sure.
Yeah. So they're on that show. So I called them and I said, can you guys come by? I'm gonna do a video. And I said, you guys, and they go, yeah, of course, with Ice is the drummer, I'm her godfather.
Okay.
So they came down and that one, let me see, we did that. So we did that at Yoshi's with the equipment there right before we had a gig that night. So
very cool.
Down at 11 a.m. and we filmed it to 5, about a half hour until people came into the show. Rush to the hotel, change, come back and do the show.
Yeah.
So Yeah, I just come up with, when you're trying to save money and stretch it,
Yeah,
find a way to make it work and make
yeah,
it, you just got to prep and be prepared and just put your ideas together. So, you know, the other person, because you're paying for their time and all the editing. So if you come up with a concept, put more time and it's my CD, it's my input, but you also hire people that's capable of making it better and
yeah,
greater for
yeah.
you. So that's what I did. And my brother's just amazing. Uh, he's so good directing and doing the videos. And then Baila Cha Cha Cha, we did that in my father's front room, my parents' house, had a green screen and make it happen.
Yeah, oh, that's a
Brother,
that's a that's a fun video right there. I love that one.
brother had the concept of that one.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, he did a great job. So,
very cool.
and I'm
Yeah,
his older brother, so he's gonna listen to me.
yeah,
So
yeah, man. The sibling rivalry. You got to get that settled right there. You're gonna do it as I said right now. Yeah, man, that's
and
awesome.
speaking of Yoshi, so I'm gonna be there.
Yeah, I was just gonna bring that up, man. We got a concert coming up. How many days and what's the dates on those?
It's March 13th, which is my birthday that day. It's a
Oh
Wednesday.
man.
Yeah. So it's 8 o'clock and a 10 o'clock show. So, because it's a Wednesday, people get off work, then go straight there, have dinner, and then see the 8 o'clock show. And people that just want to, you know, come home and eat at home or whatever, we got a 10 o'clock show for you. Just shower up, get suited, get booted, get ready to go. And so we had two different times, and each show I think is an hour and a half. So 8 o'clock and 10 o'clock, March 13th. I'll
March
be
13th.
65. I know I don't look it, but
Uh,
yeah,
and then also, you guys will be coming back down to SoCal next month too, right? Will it be at the Catalina once again? Coming
yes, Catalina.
Yeah.
Well, nice there. I
Okay.
don't have the dates on me right now, but they can look it up.
Yeah, I know it's in mid-March. So yeah, you'll be also coming down with Pops, and Peter Michael, the usual family affair. Everybody come
Yeah,
down and
I'll be there, Zena.
yeah, kick some Latin tunes, some rock, some jazz. You guys do it all. So you guys put on a great show and it's very entertaining. I always look forward to you guys coming down. 'Cause I always try to make the show and sit front and center.
Yeah. So also, just speaking of Zena, I hired her. She's gonna sing on my birthday, March 13th at Yoshi.
Okay,
Eddie M on sax. Martin Kemper's coming down.
okay,
Who else do I have? Richard Brown. Uh, I grew up with him when we were younger. Great bass player. We started playing together recently, so I got him on bass. Let me see. Vernon Ice Black,
okay.
played with Rick Carey. He's on tour with Frankie Beverly Mays right now, playing guitar, vocals. Billy Johnson played with Santana, Frankie Beverly Mays, and he played with Joyce Cooling, a lot of great musicians. Uh,
Awesome.
yeah, I think it. Oh, and then Larry Graham's piano player. He's playing piano. McKinley, yeah, he's great piano player. So got a couple of new cats mixing it up this year.
Very cool.
Yeah, great musicians. And we're
Yeah,
playing everything off the CD, um, except for maybe two or three songs. But all the videos that you see on YouTube, we're doing those songs.
awesome, man. Awesome, man. That just goes to show, man. Quality music. It goes a long way because, like I said, this album came out 2001. Still releasing singles, still releasing videos, still doing magnificent tour. Still pulling the people in, and it's just exciting to see, man. I'm very honored to see this happen and be able to talk to you about the progress and all the things that have happened since we last had this conversation when the CD first dropped, man. Very cool.
Right.
Yeah, and
Go ahead,
I'm
man.
hoping you make another album sometime soon,
Well,
man.
actually, it's in the making.
Oh man, I'm just gonna ask now. What's the plan on that? Are you how far are you into it?
Actually, right now, I'm just at the stage of where I'm picking the songs, working on them. Like I did the first one, I just keep writing, getting the right people. I'm going different route as far as some writers to co-write with and stuff, and just see what feels good. So, you know, I remember Michael Jackson said he just writes. Prince too. That's
Yeah,
why the fold is so big. You just
right.
keep writing, and you pick the ones that feel good, that that's gonna. He said, do it from your heart. Don't do it. Don't try to do it for the fan base. Do it because
Yeah,
otherwise you're faking.
yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
So I'm just gonna the doors are open to write with a few guys. I got 3 different guys I'm writing with right now. So that's where I'm at. I'm working on it, but
Mm,
none of them are done yet. But I'm spreading it around to people I know that's good writers, and would go in there, and they all have their own studios that makes it work. So we'll go in there, start writing, and then whatever I feel this one belongs on the CD, this one does, this one, then I'll choose from that. But it's in progress. Is happening. It's just
right.
none of them are done yet, but they're I'm not
It's in,
gonna run.
it's in the works.
The first one was so good. I'm like,
Yeah,
it's so good. I
yeah,
loved it.
yeah, absolutely. 10 strong songs, man. Absolutely. Is there anybody right now that you have not worked with that you might want to work with on your project or any project coming up soon?
Yeah, you. Come on, John.
Man, you ain't even got to ask me twice, man.
Oh, you play congas?
Yeah, man, absolutely, man. I would love to, man. I would love to. I would be honored, and I think we can tear some stuff up, man, for sure.
But yeah, there's musicians who I love, and um, but like I said, I'm just gonna go with what I feel, and start the process and make it start to happen. And whatever I think is missing, that's what I did the last one. You don't know what's missing until you get started. You start
Right,
to,
right,
and I might go, man, I need a guitar solo here. Who do I ask? But even though I have great friends that play really well, some songs it needs a different, it might be more of a Latin solo as
yeah,
opposed to a funk, or the drummer, the feeling is more jazzier. So it's not that all my friends are great musicians that on the last one, but you have to. I'm just gonna, like I said, go by my heart and see what's missing and what it needs to complete it.
right,
So off
right,
the bat, I can't even tell you. I'm just in the writing process of it. So,
right.
but I'll get to it.
Yeah, absolutely. We know it's in the works. That's all we need to know, man. It's gonna happen.
This year.
For sure, man. We definitely looking forward. I know I am, but I know all of your followers and everything are looking forward to it as well because your whole family, yourself, your sister, your pops, you guys put out great quality music still today. So yeah, so no doubt. I'm looking forward to hearing it.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I'm very, very glad to have you on, man. And I don't want to take up too much more of your time, but if you don't mind, just letting all of my followers know where they can find you, your music, and also you have physical copies of CDs for people that may want a physical copy as well, correct?
Yeah. So, but mostly I've been selling them at the concerts, the
At the
show.
shows, right?
You know, autograph them, have them out and stuff, and T-shirts. So you can get my CDs and T-shirts and stuff at Juan Escovedo Link Tree.
Cool, cool.
Linkttree. Juan Escovedo. They should know the first part of it.
Right, right.
ANESCOVEDO at Link Linktree.
Cool. You guys go get that CD. It's slamming. It's good stuff. Go check out the merch. Go check out the shows. Get an autographed CD. He's got new material in the works. Looking forward to all that's coming your way. And also, once again, congratulations once again on Escovedo Way.
Thank you, man.
Thank you so much, Jay, for coming on the show.
Okay.
Once again, don't make it too long, brother. We got to come back and connect soon. Digital Soul presents Juan Escovedo. Thank you so much, my brother.
John, take care, man.
All right. Thank you.